Yo, JD here, Podium, and as you can see, we are at Silverstone on F1 2020, and it's been a little while, but I thought we'd just skip to this track because we've got it in this upcoming weekend and the weekend after as well for the double header at Silverstone. And I know a lot of people will be probably sweating this track because of that, so been a little while, but I'm really looking forward to get back into this. And the setup I'm using here, I feel is probably one of the best ones I've used, because the top 3 or the top 5 on this track, I think if you use their setup, and for me, this is just myself, and no disrespect or anything at all, because obviously it's time trial, you're trying to go as fast as you can, really. They're just not usable online for me. They are just way too oversteery. The rear end is just not stable at all. Really good for getting the car into the apex. It's very, very pointy, but it will just melt your tyres in a race situation. After a few laps, you would just be absolutely done. Whereas these videos that I do here, I try and make these setups as race ready as possible. You might even have to tweak it a little bit, obviously, to your own driving style and to make it a little bit more stable, potentially. But every video that I've done, it's worked very, very well online for me, and it hasn't melted my tyres or anything at all. So I hope you find this one very, very useful. I did what did I do? I actually went faster online with this setup. I did a 23.7 online, so you do 23.8 here. I think some tracks you can go quicker online, but a 23.7 on Xbox I did online here. So now we're going to go into the lap itself. This setup is very, very different from the top 5 on the leaderboard. So going into here, turn 1, quite an easy flat out, just put a 50-meter board, try and use as much carbon inside as possible, and then going into here, quite simple. As you hit the curb, the beginning of it, that's where you want to do your braking, go down 4th, then 3rd, and then once the wheel is straight, almost, that is then your turning point. About 90% on the brakes, double shift into 3rd gear just to maximise that traction nice and tight to left hand side, DRS again, and then coming into here, I'll go up into 8th gear, use all the curb on the entry, and you want to be braking just before the 50-meter wall. That's a braking and turning in point. Hit the last part of the apex, really throw in with a lot of speed, and you can see hardly any braking, letting the engine and the car do the work for you, and then once the car's straight, that's when it will go full throttle. Stay nice and tight to the right hand side, and here you can lose and gain a lot of time, but the turning point is just really just before the 50-meter board, and you have to be as smooth as possible, because you can see by my delta I've gained quite a bit of time. Through this first right-hander, it's completely flat out, and as the wheel is straight, then that is your turning in point. Try and be really early and aggressive. Let's use all the curb on the exit. Stay really, really tight to the left. That gains you quite a bit of time. Going down this hanger straight, one of the easier braking zones, I feel. You won't be braking as soon as you hit that curb. You can see quite a late-ish apex. Go into 6th gear, use all the exit, and go to here. It's about 100-meter board, so again, a very, very simple one. Try and hit the curb on the inside. Miss this curb, just kiss it in the penultimate corner, and going across the line, we clunk that curb a little bit, but it's at 23.807. And I was very, very happy about that lap. I'm really, really happy about the setup. Feels absolutely perfect online for me. You can see another 10th, we would have been P2. I will be saving the challenging the world record videos where I just go all out for the world record. That will be coming later in the game, but you can see my wings here are 2.4. Typically most people use 3.4 wings. 2.4, I just find it just gives me much better stability, and that's what I've been using online as well. If you haven't seen in my Silverstone social races, I've been using the 2.4. I think it's much better. The 50-55 off throttle, the only thing I'd recommend is maybe pushing up to 60, because the rears are quite prone to potentially locking and just over rotating. The right, left, I find keeps working very well for me. 111 suspension, that is where your rotation is coming in. But since you don't have that much downforce and the wings are fairly spaced apart, you can actually get away running this. 10-10, a lot of people use 11-11, but I like to go for a little bit softer to protect the tyres, gives me better traction. And the 1.4 as well, a lot of people were using 2.4 or something like that, but 1.4 works very well. See, normal brakes and normal tyre pressures. In the race situation, the only thing I'll change with this setup is you might want to up the brake bias in the race, the front brake bias, and maybe make the anti-roll bars just 2 clicks softer or something like that. Other than that, it works extremely well online, and I look very much forward to coming back to this and claiming that world record. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying these videos. I'll catch you soon. Peace.